Along with the rest of Europe, the UK is known for its expensive train fares and pricey domestic flights. Food and accommodation is also much more expensive than Eastern Europe, but there are ways that you can save money in England. This is Katie from Creative Travel Guide, and today we are sharing our top tips on ways to save money in England. Looking for more travel tips? Make sure you hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. Also, we love to save money when we are traveling, so let us know where you are heading to next so we can share our favourite tips for that destination too. So to begin with, let's look at how you can save money when you're planning your trip to England. My first tip is to book in advance. Whether you are planning to catch a plane, bus or train, booking your tickets early almost always works out cheaper. A lot of companies will sell a certain amount of tickets for the cheapest price before the price begins to rise. If you are flying to the UK, start looking at flights around 6 months before your arrival date. My next tip is to be flexible. Whether you are travelling by bus, plane or train, be flexible on the stations or airports you fly in between. Trains to and from major cities around the UK can be much more expensive than a train from a lesser known station nearby the major city. If you are heading to London, something you might want to do is look at Journey Pro. This app allows you to plan a journey anywhere in the country, but it is perfect for navigating the London Underground. You simply plug in where you are and where you want to go, and it will give you the cheapest and quickest route to get there. Now, I mentioned before about holiday pirates, and that is my next tip. The team at Hot UK Deals have launched the Holiday Pirates website, offering cheap, last-minute deals on holidays and hotels around the world, but also across the UK. Not only do they offer some great trips and hotels, but you can also get cheaper attraction tickets too. We will leave the link in the description below. And my next tip for planning your trip to the UK is to travel in the off-season. January through to March is cold and wet, which may not seem great, but it's actually the perfect time to save money on travel in the UK. Hotels, flights and long-distance buses are a lot cheaper during these months than during the summer. Plus, you will find that most attractions are fairly quiet, and you might even be able to get better deals on them too. Now let's look at how you can save money on travel in England and the UK. So my first tip is to travel smart. Train is usually the most efficient way of getting around the UK. More often than not, it is cheaper than flights. It offers more stops at those lesser known towns and cities and is faster than a bus journey. Tickets can be booked in advance and various rail cards can be purchased to give you further discounts on individual journeys. We like to use the National Rail websites to find the best route for us, then head to those websites such as Virgin Train and Megatrain to bag a cheap fare. We will leave all of these links in the description below. Now my next tip is to get the long distance bus. Buses are not my favourite form of transport at all, but they are normally the cheapest way to get around the UK. Booking early with Megabus can bag you £1 journeys, although at unusual times. National Express bus routes offer better times and comfortable coaches at higher prices. We find that these buses are worth using for short 3 to 4 hour journeys. You can even choose to upgrade your bus to the Megabus Gold for a more luxurious bus ride. But if you can't drive or you don't want to rent a car, these buses are fantastic to get you around all the destinations in the UK. Now another option is flying. Flying around the UK can be expensive, but is useful if you are travelling longer distances from one side of the country to another. Smaller airports can offer cheaper flights if you book in advance. Look at Stansted and Luton when travelling from London, Bristol, Prestwick, East Midlands and Belfast. Stick with those unusual flight times like 6 AM or 11 PM and fly with the budget airlines like Ryanair and EasyJet. Another way you can save money is by using BlaBlaCar. This is a lift sharing website where you can search for the journey that you wish to take across the country along with your chosen date, and you can choose to ride with somebody else. So if somebody is already driving from London to Manchester that same date that you are, you can pay them some petrol money and ride with them. Another cheap way if you are spending a long time in the UK is to rent a car. Compare prices for rental cars. We will leave our favourite links in the description below again, but choose a company that allow you to pick up and drop off at different locations. The UK is connected by so many motorways with service stations to make your journey a more pleasant one. Just bring change and check for toll charges. Some tolls require a pre or post payment online or a massive fine, so just make sure you're aware of which tolls you're going through. A few tips for saving money travelling around London. When staying in London, you can rent a Boris bike and explore the great city at a cheap price. So we have talked about travelling around the UK, now let's look at how to save money on accommodation in England. Now firstly, you can stay at universities. Now this was a fairly new concept whilst I was at university, but it seems to be getting more and more popular. Websites like universityrooms.co.uk and speedybooker.com can be used to find university rooms in the cities and towns across the UK. For cheap hostels, check out YHA, we will leave the link in the description below, but they have hotels across the country and some of their hostels offer family rooms as well. Our favourite way to save money on accommodation in the UK is by using chain hotels. Travelodge and Premier Inn are some of our favourites. They are clean and spacious and comfortable, but you can also find them in most cities around the UK. If you head to the websites in advance, you can also sometimes snag a room for as little as £29 a night. Another way to save money on accommodation is by using Airbnb. Just like the rest of the world, there are some great Airbnb options in the UK with some great prices to match. If you're going to stay in the countryside or a smaller town, then definitely check out Airbnb, but make sure you try to avoid this when you are staying in London unless you are staying for a long period of time. Generally, we find that Airbnb accommodation in London is a lot more expensive than a normal hotel, possibly because rent in London is so expensive. Another way to save money in England, and I will be honest, I have not tried this myself, is Camp in a Garden. But Camp in My Garden is a website which offers travellers a place to set up a tent or park a caravan in the homes of locals. Like I said, I haven't tried it, but I have heard great things of people that have saved a lot of money when touring around England. Now let's talk about how to save money on attractions in England. So first off, you have the English Heritage Pass. If you intend to visit some of the historic sites around the UK, you can save money on all of the entrance fees and ticket costs by purchasing an English Heritage Pass. There is a yearly fee, but if you are here for some time, it may be worth the price. If you are heading up to Scotland, you can also get the Historic Scotland Explorer Pass. Scotland is an incredible place with so many castles, abbeys, ancient sites and museums, so save some money by purchasing this pass. Another pass to get is the National Trust Touring Pass. With so many National Trust properties across the UK, it is hard to make a decision on which places to visit. Pick up a pass to save money if you plan to visit quite a few. Also, if you are in London or Edinburgh, you can pick up a pass for attractions there as well. We have used the London Pass before, and you can get entry to multiple tourist attractions in your chosen city. Another thing to remember is the free attractions. Like everywhere in the world, the UK offers some amazing free attractions. Most museums in London are completely free to enter, as are many castles, national parks and hiking trails around the country. We actually have a whole list of 3 things to do in London for you to enjoy and explore. We will leave the link in the description below. Another way to save money in the UK is to book tickets online. If you are visiting a popular attraction, it is worth looking at ticket prices online before you go. Another way to save money on attractions is by coupons. Travel by train and pick up the 2-for-1 booklets from stations on the outskirts of London, or head over to Voucher Bin to get discounted deals. If you're on a really tight budget, then don't worry, you can take a free walking tour. Take advantage of the free walking tours around the major cities, find a local free tour on freetoursbyfoot.com. And lastly, let's talk about how to save money on food and drink in England. If you are in the UK for some time, then maybe get yourself a Taste of UK card. These little gems get you discounts and deals across a selection of restaurants in the UK. You can get yourself a card on their website, and more often than not, they have a deal that offers 90 days for the cost of just £1. Another way to save money on food is to walk away from the tourist attractions. Now, I give this tip for most places in the world, but the best way to find the cheapest restaurants, pubs, hotels and hostels is further away from the tourist attractions. You can also check out Witherspoons. It is a pub chain in the UK that offers cheap alcohol and food for really decent prices. You can get some great packages and you can find them in most cities and towns in England. Another way that you can save money is by downloading the TablePouncer app. This app is available in major cities and it is ideal for last-minute dining. All you have to do is jump on the app and compare the discounts and deals at top local restaurants near you, then reserve yourself a table. It helps you save money and time. Another way to save money is by using the lunch menu. Like many places in Europe, there are some amazing restaurants in the UK, especially when you head into central London. But if you want a treat, head to these restaurants at lunch for a cheaper lunch menu. Another way to save money on breakfasts and lunches is to enjoy the meal deals. Head to any supermarket and you will find some type of meal deal. These often include a choice from salad, sandwich or pasta with a snack and a drink for less than £4. And my last tip for saving money on food and drink is to head to a pub. I can't stress this enough. If you want a good sit-down meal with affordable prices, head to a local pub. Often you'll find food to be good value and very British. So we hope you have an amazing time in England and can use these tips to save money on your visit. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, stay safe, and until next time, stay creative.